ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Welcome to episode 5 of Church in Spectacles of Law. We are here with Mr. Anthony Narana, who is a final year law student of Rajalakhamgowda Law College, Belgavi, and he has also completed his degree in humanities in Philadelphia, US, and he has interned under senior advocate Sanjay Nooli, who is currently executive member in the Supreme Court Bar Association, and also he is a founder of Nooli and Nooli Advocates and Legal Consultants. Join with us to welcome Mr. Anthony Narana.
Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on Spectacles of Law.
Anthony, please introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you for the introduction, first of all, that you have already given about me. The passion of law, I would call myself Anthony Narana, and I'm pleased to introduce myself as a student throughout my life. It's not only career of law that I have called myself a student, but a student who is learning and will continue to learn. And that as a student, I would introduce myself to this very channel.
ಸೊ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಇವರು ಮೂಲತಃ ಗೋವಾದವರು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣಗೌಡ ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ತಮ್ಮ LLB ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಯರ್ನು ಈಗ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇವರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ ಆಂಟೋನಿ, ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಈಸ್ whom you have interned. Give me some details about the person.
Yes, it would be not fair on my part because I have interned in many other places too. But I would like to mention two things in this. One is Advocate Jairaj Modgekar and also Advocate Minal Modgekar, who I have interned under, especially in Belgavi. Throughout, even in my class timing, even during my holidays, they have been very appreciative about how I have been able to intern under them, and I have learned a lot. The second one I would say is I have worked mainly would be under Nooli and Nooli firms, under senior advocate Mr. Anand Sanjay Nooli, who has also been a person who has given us time when we were there for around 14 to 15 days. He has been always there with us. He has given he would not have much time because of the cases in the Supreme Court, but he was always there. He has told even his associates to help us out, and we have learned a lot under Nooli and Nooli firm.
ಸೊ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಅವರು ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ನೂಲಿ ಅಂಡ್ ನೂಲಿ ಇವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಈಸ್, how did you get the opportunity, this internship opportunity? Please tell about that.
Yes, before this, how I got the opportunity. Before this, I would also like to mention a few things about Advocate Jairaj Modgekar and also about Sanjay Nooli sir. In this, I would say that Advocate Jairaj Modgekar was very passionate about helping me out to learn, because it is something for the society, because he himself is a very good person with his wife who does work for the society. It's not about only winning the cases, but how he can be there for the society. And he is a very talented person, that is he and his wife, who deal with almost all types of cases, mostly cases that are in civil matters, even check bounce cases or cases dealing with companies. He's also on the board of many banks, cooperative banks, and this is where I got my inspiration from. And even his wife Minal ma'am has also deals with criminal matters and family law matters. So this is one of my internship, introducing Nooli and Nooli firms, that is advocates and legal consultancy. Sir is as you have already mentioned in your introduction also, is a senior executive member of the Supreme Supreme Court Bar Association, which is a superb bar association with lot of responsibilities on them, and he's heading that. They are very well versed with constitutional laws. They take matters in NCLT, they take matters in consumer courts, they have matters in the Supreme Court almost every time. And I would like to even tell all the audience, they are the number 9 best firm in India, rated recently. They had started only in 2018. He's Sanjay Nuli sir is from Belgavi. His father is from Belgavi. But there also he helps a lot of people from Karnataka. As we went from Belgavi, he also took a lot of interest in us, and he also gave us a lot of information. How did we get this for in Nuli and Nuli firms? That was your main question. So I would say that we got it because Ashwini ma'am took us, and through her friends we got this opportunity, through our college got this opportunity to work and learn at the Supreme Court's members office, and that is in Noida. So we are grateful to our college for having given us this opportunity.
ಸೊ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಅವರು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇವರು ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಕ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ರಾಜಾ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣಗೌಡ ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಅಶ್ವಿನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇವರು ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಯಿತು. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೂಲಿ ಅಂಡ್ ನೂಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೋಟ್ಗೇಕರ್ ಇವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಇವರು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್, ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪ್ 9 ಫರ್ಮ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂದರೆ ನೂಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೂಲಿ ಸರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಏನು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಂದರೆ, ಈಗ ಚೆಕ್ ಬೌನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಲವಾರು ಕೇಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಇವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಲಾಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್?
Yes, a very good question. When they say that we go for internship, some of them will say we have not worked much, or some of them will say there was a lot of work to do. So I would say I got a good opportunity in both the places, and I would like to give fair time to both of the places. Whereas when I did with Modgekar sir in Belgavi, in the courts at the civil courts and the criminal courts in Belgavi, or the district or the session courts in Belgavi, I learnt a lot, because he never treated us like, first time or the second time. He gave opportunity to do everything. Like I would take check bounce cases, the plaint of reading, even of coming together, the compromise that takes place between the banks and the defaulter. All these things were taught by sir, and it was in practical. Even talking to clients, all this was given as an opportunity to learn by Modgekar sir. Taking to Nuli and Nuli firms, since it's in the Supreme Court, the Constitution is a must body, and the preamble is the topmost part, as we learn in law, and not only in law, even in the society of India itself, or the world of India. I would say Constitution is the main part, and so that's when we learn how to file special leave petitions, how to read them, how to file curative petitions. They even taught us how the working of the registrar in registry in the Supreme Court. How do we file it online? So a lot of things were taught by the associates, by Nuli sir. Nuli sir would meet us every evening, and he would give us a difficult thought for processing. It would be real estate, it would be types of appeal matters that would come, and since he is also having cases from Karnataka, Hyderabad, or even from Tamil Nadu, so we get a lot of scope in learning, and that's where I would say a lot of work was given to us. Like research was another main aspect of it. We have always been using SCC or Manupatra. All these have helped how to learn and how to find the correct way. I would say I have learned in Nuli and Nuli firms.
ಸೊ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇನು ಕಲಿಯೋದಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಲೀವ್ ಪೆಟಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸು, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಇವರು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇವರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ವರ್ಕನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟನ್ನು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು SSC ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮನುಪತ್ರ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕ್ ಸೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವಿನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಲೀವ್ ಪೆಟಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಈಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ interning under that person?
Yes.
What is your experience?
Yes, I got that question. Here also I would like to give on two bases of the two people I have worked with in like mostly others may be very short this, but under these two people under Sir Modgekar, it was a basic experience of how the ground reporting works. If there was a death that has taken place, I have gone to the crime scene, I have gone to the police station, I have seen how the doctor on post-mortem is when he does post-mortem. I have seen how the cross-examination of a police officer is done. The preparation goes through cross-examination or even examination or chief examination that we say. These things which are basic in nature, I have learned through Sir Modgekar. He has shown me every part, like there was nothing hidden. Before I went to the court, he would really give a total explanation on how it was done. So it was never that I was surprised, oh what is this say, but the whole combination of Sir and Sir's senior who was there, so that has given me the ground aspect on how it happens in trial courts or the session district courts. In that matter, this is one of the learning I'm telling. The second one would be Nuli and Nuli firms. My experience has been tremendous because it was a place of learning. We had a short time but a lot of time to pick up and learn, because all the associates and Sir Nuli himself had a lot of knowledge, because there were so many different cases. Today if you are working with a case on NCDRC, that is on consumer case, in the next minute once you finish, you have a case on curative petition, or you have a case on appeal that has come from a higher court now coming to this, and in another day you will learn on special leave petition. So it has never been one kind of thing but a different thing, and your mind has to be set to different things. This learning of how to be focused when working, focus and your patience, because you have to read a lot. So patience and focus, I would say, is main thing that I have learned from interning in both the places.
ಎಸ್ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ರೀತಿಯ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಲೀವ್ ಪೆಟಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಕೇಸಸನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಸರ್ ನೂಲಿ ಸರ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೋಟ್ಗೇಕರ್ ಸರ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನು ಇವರು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಕೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇವರು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಟಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆ, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟು, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಅದು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ವರೆಗೆ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗುವವರೆಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇವರು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇವರು ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಯೋದು ಭಾಳ ಇದೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಲವಾರು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಇವರು ಕಲೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಸಜೆಷನ್ ವುಡ್ ಯು ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್?
A very difficult question because I myself is a budding lawyer in that way. But I would say perseverance, because it's a 5-year course. At the same time, internship is very important. It's like I would take it as a driving school. I can't sit on my chair and say I will start driving. I take this and I say this is clutch, this is brake, this is this is accelerator. It cannot happen. You have to be in practical mode, and many of my friends also even have taken internship in a very light way. I would not suggest taking internship in a light way, because that's where you learn. And that's where from my first year itself I started interning. It's not because I had to finish a quota of 120 to 150 days of the university, but I wanted to learn from that, and that's where I got most of my experience. And that's where focus and perseverance, these two, if the students of law have, then I think these two can take you pretty far. And this I have learned even from my internships, or even from my professors. Like even in the previous episodes of yours that were with Ma'am Rucha, with Mr. Ravi and Ma'am Pooja, they have really given these aspects really well. If you have missed those episodes, my episode is half done, so you can always go back there and you can see these two things are in their talks. That is the perseverance and that is focus. If these two things are there, your internship and your law process of 5 years or maybe 3 years is a best process. Maybe LLM also. Just because you are doing some LLM doesn't mean, if you have practical knowledge, you can teach well. If you have practical knowledge, you can work in a corporate well. So these are the two things that I have learned from my internship experience.
ಸೊ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಅವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಲೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಇತ್ತೀಚಿನ ದಿನಮಾನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಡ್ಡಾಯವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ?
Yes, in Delhi or even in other internship places, it's not easy to the organization of how to manage in Delhi. We hear many girls are not supported. I would like to get that point also to your spectacles of law channel. Many girls are not supported because they say Delhi is not safe, or Mumbai is not safe, or Bangalore is not safe, wherever the closest places. But I would like to say that in spite of all this, the college makes arrangements for this. But the stay, there are many places. I went to my seniors because my seniors have been there. Teacher has, the Ashwini ma'am also helps in different ways. So I would say expenses bare minimal. I would not go and eat in fancy places. Wherever it's good, if you can go to a central place would be in Delhi, where you can go to the Supreme Court, you can go to other places would be closer to Noida and closer to Delhi. So in between places would be something good to go, and they are not very expensive. If you stay in PGs and all, you can go to websites. There are many of these web portals that provide this. So I would also request Spectacle of Law to look into this, as you all provide different parts of internships. There are websites that give hostels, that give speeches. So even a small reel on this would help many of them on how this. So I made a research on this and I got a good, I would not name them now, but I got a good place to stay where my food also was taken care of, and I never ate some fancy food. But one important thing when you're in Delhi, Bangalore, or even in Mumbai, or anywhere that you do, even in Goa, some people do internship, go explore the place, and that's where you learn about law. It's not only in the court, it's not only in the classroom, but when you meet people, when you hear their problems, that's the time you learn more about law.
Okay. ಸೊ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ನಾವು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬರೀ ನಾವು ನೆಪವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇವ್ರ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇವ್ರ ಟೀಚರ್ಸು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ ಕಡೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರೇ ಸ್ವತಃ ಇವ್ರ ಖರ್ಚನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಖರ್ಚೆಲ್ಲ ಸಹ ಅವರ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಇದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೀಗಾದ್ರೂ ಅವ್ರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಖಂಡಿತ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡುವ ಮನಸ್ಸಿರಬೇಕು ಮೊದಲು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
So, on behalf, I would like to take the opportunity to thank Spectacles of Law, looked after and proprieted by Mr. Sagar and Ms. Vijeta, who have been really taking keen interest in something that many other law channels on YouTube or maybe even on reels that are prepared through Instagram or even in LinkedIn. No one looks at something known as internship. Yes. But if internship is looked after, like in CA there's something known as articleship, in medical there's something known as internship. When you are doing, even law has something like that which is not looked upon, and I would really appreciate that you all have taken this step of coming up and doing it. I would request each one who is watching, any of their thing are very helpful. I have been following them for around the time they have started. I have forwarded these things to many of them, and they have given a fair thing saying that it is very good. Continue your good work, Sagar and Vijeta, and all the best to helping all the interns, all the budding lawyers in LLB, LLM, or even in PhD. No one stops learning. Learning in law continues till the process of litigation stops. When litigation stops, you stop learning, but till then we all continue learning. Thank you very much, Sagar and Vijeta and Spectacles of Law.
ಸೊ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಇದು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಯಸ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರೆಗೆ ಅವರು ಹೋಗೊಟ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
I'm really grateful to Anthony because most the times I have postponed this due to we had other works, but still he has cooperated with us, and he was ready whenever we were ready to take his interview, and this is really appreciable because he's the kindest person I have ever known. Since when I have joined Raja Lakamgowda Law College, we didn't talk much, but after going to internship at Supreme Court and all, we were close and we got to know each other, and at that time I got to know how he is, and he is the kindest person at that time I would able to tell. And thank you, Anthony. This video will be really useful to all the interns, whatever suggestions, whatever experience you have shared, and we are grateful for that. And for any future, if we want you, then we are happy to call you as our special guest. We are happy to call you as special guest. Thank you. And we are on LinkedIn, YouTube and Instagram. Do follow, share and subscribe. Thank you.